This is Lee Page. This is my final mock interview for my career class and my final video that I'll do for Full Sail. I'm going to go through it quickly because I've done this once and I went way over. So the position I'm going for is cybersecurity analyst. The company I'm going for is my own. I've researched them extensively and I know the environment and the culture in which they want their employees to be. It's a beer distributor, the largest in the United States, outside of Anheuser-Busch, which is crumbling more and more every day, I'm happy to say. And I'll get right into the interview. So you said 5 questions. So I picked with describe your most rewarding college or work experience. Why did I decide to apply for this job? Why do I want this job? And tell you about a conflict that I faced at work and how I handled it, along with what are my weaknesses. And then I added, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I think that's an important question. And then I will give you the follow-up questions at the end. So jumping right into it now, we're at the minute mark. Describe your most rewarding or college work experience. Well, that's an easy one because it's this very experience right now sitting before you in this interview. It was a culmination of a dream I had 4 years ago when our company was cyber attacked. And it was in that moment that I made the decision, how can I best help protect my company and prevent this from happening again? My answer was enroll myself at Full Sail and get my bachelor's degree in cybersecurity. And as of today, sitting before you, I've already done that. So this is a culmination of a dream come true for me. It's the kind of person that you see before you is someone that sets out to do something and completes it. I see my goals through to the end, not just partially. And that's, I think, the kind of worker you're looking for. So that's my most rewarding one. It's sitting before you today because of the college program. So I kind of wrapped it in both. Why did I decide to apply for this job? I'm very passionate about the company. That's first and foremost. You know, my CISO told me that they can teach me everything cybersecurity, but they can't teach the culture that I have and the passion I have for the company. And I think that in and of itself is priceless. So being a cybersecurity analyst is kind of like being a police officer on the web, right? Or on the internet. You know, you're protecting companies or people from people that wish to do them harm. And you're also investigating things that come up if there was some kind of internal or external threat that made its way through. So you'd investigate that and solve the problem. So I've always wanted to be in law enforcement. At my age 48, I'm not going to hit the streets. So why not be an analyst here for the company that I love and make sure that it's all protected, my data and everybody else's. Why do I want this job? I kind of summed it up a little bit there. But this is something I've really worked hard for. I value the security of our company as much as I do the company itself. And I want this job because I want to make this job a career. I just want to call it a job. It's not just a job for me. It's a career. I see myself here long term. And, you know, they say, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. I'm sure you guys all know that because you work for this great company. So it'd be an honor to hold this position and help provide the protection for our employees' data, as well as the data for Reyes itself, too. Tell you about a conflict that I faced. Well, conflicts almost every day in my position. I manage a team of sales reps in the beer industry in a high-paced retail environment, as you guys well know, since you run the company yourself. Mr. Thomas down there over there at Jack's Liquor called and said that he did not get a special release item. This was about 3 months ago. And he's one of our top customers, as you know. And it was shocking that he didn't get the item. Well, he was very upset. I mean, we began the conversation with a bunch of expletives towards me and our company, and how he was very upset and he wasn't going to do business with us anymore, and that's enough of this. And really, he went off half-cocked. In my opinion, way over dramatic for what the problem was, but I'm not here to cast judgment. I'm here to solve problems. So the first thing I did was listen to him. That's the first thing anybody wants you to do. Think about it when you make a complaint. You want that person to know, you want to know that you're heard. And the skill set of listening, that's a rare skill set these days because everyone wants to jump in and you know, tell you what you're going to say long before you say it. But if you just sit back and keep your mouth shut and listen, you can get a lot of information out of people, and people will prefer relieved that they got you to tell you their problem. So after about 5 minutes of him ranting and raving and me listening and acknowledging and apologizing that if there's a mistake that I will correct it, I said, give me 24 hours, let me look into this, and let me figure out where we went wrong. And if you were supposed to get that case, you'll get that case. Give me 24 hours. So I went, I looked in the system, and sure as heck, we did not ship him that case. So he was right. So I called him back. I called him back within 2 hours. And he was shocked. He said, wow, it's much shorter than a day. I said, hey, you're an important customer. I heard what you said, and I take it seriously, and I want to solve the problem immediately. I said, not only are you going to get your case tomorrow, I've made sure that you will never miss another special release again because I got with the head of the department and made sure that you were on the list going forward. This will never happen again, and I apologize on behalf of my company and myself, and I hope that you'll continue to do business with us, and I hope that this is a satisfactory resolution to your concern. He was elated. He thanked me up and down. He apologized himself for the way he spoke to me, and we moved forward. And to this day, he still calls me and asks how I'm doing or asks me about, something for beer. So out of conflict, not only came resolution, but it pushed business forward in a very good way. And it even led to a kind of a friendship now with me and Mr. Thomas. What are my weaknesses? My weaknesses are I overthink things. Like I said, this is my second video, but I tend to get in my own way and think about resolutions that will never happen, but it comes from a genuinely good place. I always want to exceed everyone's expectations and make sure that I definitely keep my employer happy and the customers happy around me. So sometimes I spend too much time thinking about a particular issue or a problem or just a task when I could have just been solely focused on that task and saved myself a little bit of time. So it comes from no ill intention, if you will. It just comes from who I am, and I'm working on it, and I will get better. But my weakness is that I just overthink sometimes. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I feel it's a weakness because it hinders me. And where do I see myself in 5 years? Head of your department, having won numerous awards for top in security, succeeding professionally as well as personally. I see myself in 5 years because of the balance that the Reyes Holdings culture provides. I'll be able to spend more time with my family and be successful in my career, which will lead to much better things for both me professionally and personally. So that's where I see myself in 5 years. I also want to look back on today and go, you know what, this is the best decision I made to go after that degree and latch onto this company and stay long term. I think today's the beginning of the next 5 years where I say Reyes was the right place to be. So that's where I see myself in 5 years. And that comes to the end. My 3 follow-up questions were, when you envision someone in the position, what kind of person do you see in that role? That'll kind of give me a cue what they're looking for. How long have you been with Reyes, and what do you love about your job? Get them to talk about Reyes. And also, when do I start? Because I am your guy. That's the question we all should ask. When am I going to start? Because I just assume I have the position. Confidence, not cockiness. 2 different things. So those are my things. I will submit my paperwork. I'm at the 7:50 mark. Probably take off a minute for my rambling in the beginning and another minute for now. So I think I'm right in the wheelhouse of 6 minutes. So thank you for this opportunity. I hope I've entertained you and you've enjoyed my mock interview. I've done way too many interviews to ever shake a stick at. So thanks a lot for letting me do this, and God bless you. And, when you're thinking about giving Lee an A, just mark A. Thank you.